What if Naruto had the Reaper's Dojutsu? What if Naruto was blessed with the abilities of his world's Shinigami? How would this impact the trajectory of Naruto's story? Would this change his life for the better or for the worst? In today's Naruto What If fan fiction, I'm going to be telling you guys what would happen in the story of the wielder of the Shinigami's eyes, written by Aaron Hansel, and his links will be down below in the description. You guys can find him on Wattpad. But if you guys are excited to find out what would happen in today's What If video, definitely make sure to, hit that like button, seeing as it'll help a ton with YouTube's algorithm. And if you guys want to see a part 2, definitely make sure you guys smash 500 likes. That said, enjoy.
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Naruto Uzumaki was being chased by the villagers, and now they had him cornered like a wild animal, with nowhere left to run. And just as he felt like he was going to die from the beatings he would soon receive from the villagers, his heart rate increased, an adrenaline rush flowing through him like nothing he'd ever felt before. The Anbu were on the way, but knew that they would not make it in time. Naruto stood facing his pursuers, and suddenly out of nowhere, a thick, dark blue aura, which then faded back into Naruto's body, appeared, and Naruto said as he stepped closer and closer and closer to the crowd, "What's the matter, people? You're acting as though you just saw death itself coming for you. Could it be possible that it's because..." Naruto then looked into the eyes of the villagers, who now had fear written all over their faces, saw that his eyes were no longer a cerulean blue color, but instead they were an ominous dark blue with a single white tomoe in each eye, and yelled at the crowd, "I am the Shinigami's champion. I exist to judge the souls of mankind, and you have all been found guilty in the eyes of death, and as such is your punishment." Naruto then held out his hand, and a white blade with a black handle appeared, and Naruto said as he stabbed the blade into the ground, "Shinigami art, soul drain." A set of black chains then erupted from the ground and wrapped around all of the villagers and shinobi who were all about to kill Naruto. All of them would have their souls drained from their bodies and sucked into the blade. The Shinigami then appeared before Naruto and said, "Greetings, Naruto Uzumaki. I am the Shinigami, and you have just unlocked a great power that only you could hope to possess and control. On the night you were born, your parents Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage, and his wife sealed the Kyuubi inside of you using my power. I not only sealed half of the Kyuubi inside you, but a small fraction of my power as well. It is an ability known as the Reaper's Eye, or the Shinigami God, which is basically a dojutsu. With it, you have all of my abilities. The first one is the ability to judge a person's soul and punish them accordingly. The second ability allows you to see a person's future. The third and final ability allows you to receive a person from the dead who had recently died, but their soul must be pure and they must be innocent. A guilty soul brought back from the dead is a corrupted soul. Now then, cancel the chakra that's being channeled to your eyes and they will return to normal." Naruto did as the Shinigami said, and true enough, his eyes returned to normal. But at least now he knows who his parents are and that they loved him. So he then asked, Am I able to revive my parents from the afterlife? Shinigami, I want to meet them. Be with them, so we can be a family again. Please tell me, is it possible? And then the Shinigami said, "Yes, you can. But like the Sharingan eyes, you must meet certain requirements to unlock the final form of your bloodline, which will appear as a star-shaped like cross. This is known as the Resurrection Eye. With it, you can bring your parents back, or anyone who you wish. You have my power and the powers of Kami. Use them wisely and keep them hidden. Such powerful abilities are not given to just anyone. We shall meet again, Naruto Uzumaki. Until then, be safe and remember, you are my champion. Make me and Kami proud. The Shinigami then vanished from view with a smile on his face, and Naruto decided to go to the Hokage and demand answers, even from the old man. One way or another, he'd get the truth out of him, even if he needs to use his new ability and sword, who he called the Spirit Dweller, since it's able to drain the spirits of its victims. 30 minutes later, the Anbu showed up to see that, strangely enough, Naruto was unharmed, but the villagers and shinobi, not so much. Kakashi and Itachi checked the public for the pulse, but there was none. But what was even stranger is that there was no physical injuries, no stab, no wounds, not even a single drop or puddle of blood. So how could all these people have died if there was no indication of ever being injured? They had to find out what happened to the villagers and the shinobi who attacked Naruto, and only had the answer to the numerous questions they were about to ask. The weasel-masked Anbu Itachi Uchiha walked up to him and said, "Naruto Uzumaki, don't be afraid of us. We're here to protect you. By order of the Hokage himself, would you like to come with us to talk about what happened to your attackers?" "To you?" Naruto said, "How can I trust you? I don't trust people who wear masks all the time, and I certainly don't trust the Hokage anymore either. No, he wants to know what happens, he can come and ask me himself. I also know who my parents are. The Shinigami told me everything I need to know. So, if that senile old man wants to keep secrets from me, then let's just say I'll be doing the same thing to him. Fair is fair, right? An eye for an eye, and a sacrifice for a new Jinchuriki weapon. I'm heading home. Good night, Weasel." As from here, he would say, "I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival. Kami knows I can't without being chased and beaten all the time or attacked in my own home." Naruto then started to walk back to his apartment, sticking to the shadows, trying not to be seen by the villagers, and get some deep sleep. He made it back home just in time to get some sleep, only to be woken up by his alarm clock 2 hours later and go through his daily routine before heading to the academy for another long day of insults, sabotages, and his grades being taken all the way down, and being used as a punching bag for the other kids and clan heirs to pick on. The worst part is he had a banshee bitch, Sakura Haruno, and a platinum blonde slut Ino Yamanaka, the die-hard Sasuke fangirls, to deal with, and he was in no mood for dealing with their stuff today. So sitting next to Sasuke, since they got along, well, sort of, they had decided to become friends by being each other's rival. So in a way, they were friends. Naruto just put his head down to get some sleep until class starts, and who should come barreling through the door but the pink banshee and the blondie themselves, as Sakura went up to Naruto and said, "Hey Naruto Baka, find a different seat so Ino and I can sit next to Sasuke-kun." Naruto just groaned, still tired, and said, "Go away, you pink-haired B-word, leave me alone." And Sakura said, "What did you just call me? You good-for-nothing loser?" And Ino said, "Yeah, who do you think you are insulting Sakura like that? You apologize to her right now." And Naruto said, "Go away. I'll sit wherever I want, you two-bit whores." Naruto then looked at Sakura and Ino with blood-red eyes and slits for pupils. Naruto didn't know if it was the lack of sleep or if they were getting on his nerves. It was probably both, but either way, Ino and Sakura just backed away in fear of, or rather, what they just saw. And Naruto said as he got up and walked towards Sakura and Ino, "Do you want to know why I'm so tired today? Does anyone in this room even know what last night was? If not, then maybe you should read about the 4th Hokage more. Last night wasn't just the night of the 4th Hokage defeated the Nine-Tails, it's also the very same night I was born. The 4th Hokage knew that tailed beasts can't be destroyed, so he sealed it away inside his own son. Me, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Tell your parents this when you head home today. Tell them that the son of the 4th Hokage is the container of the Kyuubi, and the Kyuubi is the contain. That I was to be treated like a hero, and not the fox himself." Just then, the room went silent. so silent you could hear the pin drop, and Iruka then walked in the door and said, "Okay class, settle down." And wait, why is it so quiet in here, he would think. "Naruto, are you feeling okay? Maybe I should get the Hokage and he could..." Iruka just gulped as he looked into Naruto's eyes and felt as though death itself were breathing down his neck. And Naruto said, "I'm fine, sensei. Just a little tired from being chased down and abused by the villagers on my own birthday last night. Could I go home and rest? Oh, and don't bother with getting the Hokage, because he's stuck in a council meeting right now." And Iruka said, Yeah, Naruto, sure, take the rest of the day off and get some sleep. I'll tell the Hokage that." And Naruto said with the Kyuubi chakra channel through his eyes and his Shinigami gone flaring, "You will tell him nothing, or meet your parents in the afterlife, do you understand?" Now Iruka was worried about his favorite student. What could have happened to him last night that made him this way? And then he remembered looking over at Sakura and Ino as he said, "Ino Yamanaka, Sakura Haruno, front and center." Sakura and Ino went up to their sensei, knowing full well that this was all their fault to begin with, and said, "Yes, sensei." And Iruka asked, "Did you girls do something to provoke Naruto to go into a fit of rage like that? You saw how tired he was, and you just couldn't leave him alone, could you? All because you want to sit next to Sasuke. Well, guess what? Now you can, because Naruto went home upon my orders. The two of you will be serving detention for the next 2, actually, make it 3 weeks, after class, until you apologize to Naruto. Am I clear?" This was a new side of Iruka they'd never seen before. Could everything Naruto said have been true? And if so, is that why they were being punished for trying to force Naruto away from Sasuke, even though they clearly saw the anger and rage in his eyes of being woken up? Did they really poke the beast that much, that Naruto wasn't himself and had every right to be mad at them? Sakura and Ino just stood there and, bowing their heads, said, "Yes, sensei, we understand, and we'll apologize to Naruto, but I mean Naruto-sama tomorrow morning," Sakura said. And Iruka said, "Good, because your detention starts today after school lets out. Now then, back to your seats." Sakura and Ino then racked back to their seats, wondering how to go about apologizing to Naruto. Sakura then remembered all the times Naruto had been asking her for a date, and now was as good of a time as any to ask him on a friendly date and have a bowl of ramen noodles with him. As for Ino, well, perhaps she could help Naruto and a certain blue-haired lavender-eyed girl to get a better acquainted with each other, and maybe even get them to go out for a romantic date together, as she noticed how Hinata would stare at Naruto when he wasn't looking, and he would stare right back. But for some reason, Hinata's self-esteem is so low that she has no real confidence in herself whatsoever. But that ends now, and Sakura was going to help as well. It's the least she could do now that she knew a little bit more about Naruto and who he really is. Kind of a pity that they have to know all of this for them to finally take care of Naruto and acknowledge him. But at least this time around, Naruto gets better treatment earlier. Now that Naruto was well rested and not tired, as the day before he had decided to go to the academy today and see if anything he had told his classmates had sunk into those thick skulls and underdeveloped brains of theirs. Meanwhile, the Hokage was struggling to keep all the clan heads plus the civilian council and Naruto's grandparents Jiraiya and Tsunade of the Sannin from either adopting the boy in the civilian council's case. Put him under the Clan Restoration Act, but Jiraiya and Tsunade immediately shot down that idea when they said absolutely not. He's our grandson and we refuse to agree to such a thing. And Hikari Haruno said, he's the 4th Hokage's son and last royal heir to the Uzumaki clan. To think that we were all so blind by our hatred towards the Kyuubi, we never considered that we've been neglectful towards the 4th Hokage's son. He looks exactly like the 4th Hokage too. Kushina was my friend, and I'll be damned if I let the rest of the civilian council sabotage his evocation and growth as a shinobi. I vote we give the boy his inheritance. Hiruzen then said, very well then, all in favor of Naruto's heritage being released to the public and grant him his inheritance? Half of the civilian council, which was made up of 10 seats plus the village elders, raised their hands along with the entire shinobi council, Koharu and Homura. But Danzo Shimura, on the other hand, naturally voted against this decision to keep Naruto's inheritance and said, with all due respect, Hiruzen, my old friend, we must take into consideration how much power and potential the boy has, and give him his parents' techniques and Fuinjutsu scrolls. Why, that's like giving away free candy to a child who has not earned it, so I vote no. And Hiruzen said, I'm sorry, Danzo, but in a majority vote, 14 votes to 6, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze will have his parents' estate and everything within it that was left for him. His heritage shall be released to the public tomorrow afternoon. He shall also be put under his grandparents' care. The council meeting is dismissed, Hiruzen said as he then banged his gavel on the table and said to Jiraiya and Tsunade, the moment Naruto gets out of school at the academy, the two of you are to pick him up and watch him wherever he goes and whatever he does or needs. Use your toad and slug summons if you must. If a villager so much as bumps into Naruto or calls him anything in reference to the Kyuubi, I want to know who, when, where, and why they did it. And Jiraiya said, we understand, Sensei. We're not abandoning him again. Not this time. And Hiruzen said, good, because I've kept the secret from him long enough to think that the Shinigami of all beings would bless Naruto the night he was born and give him such a powerful bloodline, and tell Naruto the truth about his parents. Hiruzen just shied in annoyance, and Jiraiya said, you know, we should have told him sooner, Sensei. If we had, then maybe we wouldn't be in this mess to begin with. Back at the academy, however, Naruto was sitting at an empty table eating his lunch when suddenly something strange happened. People actually wanted to sit next to him. It seems like what he told them yesterday actually made them want to go and get to know him better than they already did. And to his surprise, Sakura, Ino, and Hinata were the first people to join him as he watched and said, oh hey there Sakura-chan, Hinata-chan, Ino, what do you want? What can I do for you? And Sakura said, well, we want to apologize for bossing you around like we did yesterday, Naruto. And when we asked our parents if what you said was true, then we're sorry. We were wrong in misjudging you like we've been doing so. So I was wondering if you still wanted to go out with me on a friendly date tomorrow afternoon at Ichiraku's Ramen. And Ino is also sorry as well, aren't you? And Ino said, yeah, I'm also deeply sorry for the way I acted. And Naruto said, you know, I'm not as stupid as everyone thinks I am. The teachers sabotage my grades all the time in favor of that Uchiha Sasuke. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing it because it keeps the council off of me, but the reason why I compete with Sasuke is because he's everything I've always wanted to have in life. Strong, smart, popular too. Have a family, parents who love you, who care about you, even a single real friend would be nice. But then again, when you are me and you have a demon sealed inside you, living in a village who can't look past that. Sakura, Ino, and Hinata just got out of their seats and Naruto thought they were leaving, but then they did what he didn't expect. They embraced him. The first 3 people to accept him aside from the Hokage, the Anbu, Iruka, and Ichiraku's. He now had friends, true friends, and for once, he couldn't be more happier as he cried tears of joy and said, of course I'll forgive you. Thank you. And Sakura, after lunch, do you think you could help me out with my studies? Sakura said, sure thing, Naruto. I'll even have my mom fire the teachers who sabotage your education. So just tell me who, and my family will take care of them. And Naruto said, well, the first person is Mizuki-sensei. The second one is the principal of the academy. And those are the people that have repeatedly done that so far. Sakura was rubbing her hands together and grinning like a psychopath. Ino knew that look all too well. It was the look Sakura got when she and her inner self were scheming up something devious and would end quite badly for the other person. Naruto then asked, so why are you here, Hinata? You normally keep to yourself and don't bother with anyone. Sakura and Ino then said, go ahead, Hinata, tell him how you feel about him. And Ino said, yeah, go ahead, now's your chance. Everyone who knew about Hinata's crush on Naruto were watching with anticipation to see what she would do, and to everyone's shock, she actually confessed. Hinata then said, well, you see, Naruto-kun, the thing is, Hinata's face started to turn a very dark shade of red, and then she yelled out, I love you, Naruto Uzumaki, Namikaze, please go on a date with me, whatever you want, I'll go with you. And then just before she fainted, Sakura and Ino caught her and placed an ice pack over her head and then looked at Naruto and asked, well, Naruto, What do you say? Will you accept Hinata's request? Naruto was stunned. He couldn't speak. He couldn't think. He didn't know what to feel. Sasuke then came up to Naruto and said as he looked into Naruto's eyes, "Hey Naruto, you okay? Come on, answer us." Little did Sasuke know that Naruto was seeing his and Hinata's future together, holding hands, getting married, and having children. But then he took a look at Sasuke and said with those weird black eyes that had two tomoe in each eye, "Your clan is attempting a rebellion. Your clan council and the ringleaders, while your parents will be used as scapegoats, and your brother Itachi Uchiha forced to kill your entire clan and spare you. His own brother, who he could never harm if he was ordered by the council to do so. Danzo Shimura is the one who will frame your brother and take all the Sharingan from the dead Uchiha bodies, including Shisui Uchiha." Naruto then slapped back into reality and said, "What just happened? Did I just see the future?" Naruto then thought to himself, "So the Shinigami was right. I can see other people's future events and my own. I have to warn the Hokage, but first I need to answer Hinata's question. I can't believe I was so blind this whole time. The girl of my dreams wasn't Sakura. It's been Hinata the whole time." And so Naruto then looked at Hinata and said, "Hinata-chan, I would love to go out with you. I mean, if you still want to, that is." Hinata's eyes widened and she then tackled Naruto and said, Yes, 1,000 times yes. I still want to go out with you. I don't care about the QB. I only care about you, and I even accept you for who you are and what you carry." Naruto was very happy now, as he had 4 friends, and one of them truly loved him as more than friends. The school bell rang, indicating that lunchtime was now over, and the class was about to begin, and Naruto said as he stood there waiting for everyone else to leave, said, "I know you're there, Lord Hokage, and I know you're watching me with your crystal ball, so you probably already heard everything I said can and will happen. Danzo wants to control the QB, and by extent me, and will steal Shisui Uchiha's eyes to do it. He must be stopped and the Uchiha Council killed. It's the only way to keep the entire Uchiha clan alive and the rebellion from happening. And rest assured, you are already on my hit list, so if you have any other secrets you're hiding from me, you know where to find me." Back at the Hokage's office, Hiruzen Sarutobi was now curious and frightened by Naruto at the same time. Curious because he wanted to know how Naruto knew he was using his crystal ball, and the fact that he just saw Naruto see a person's future in full details, he truly did have the powers of the Death Shinigami. So Hiruzen said, "Jiraiya, I want you to find out how he knows about my crystal ball and the Uchiha rebellion. Find out if he truly can see future events of others. I'm afraid of what should happen when he unlocks the 3rd level of the Reaper's Eye." And Jiraiya said, "I'm not sure if that's a good idea, Sensei. If he already knows you're watching him from here, and he's there, then he's playing the same game you have been playing with him." And Sarutobi asked, "And what game would that be, Jiraiya?" And Jiraiya said, "He's keeping secrets from you, the same way you've been keeping secrets from him. He's playing the game of deception, and quite good at it too, may I add." Now, it was the time for the Hokage to see the blind truth, as his eyes widened and he banged his head over the desk, the whole time saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid. No, how's that even possible? How could an 11-year-old fool me so easily?" And Jiraiya said, "The kid's not stupid, and you're growing old, Sensei, and quite possibly senile also. The kid's not dumb. He knows this already, and has taken advantage of you more than you have him. Quite ironic, isn't it, old man?"